Hey, featured tech leaders. Yeah, welcome to class today. Today we'll be recording the full game of egg and chick. Now, in our last class, when we were talking about motion, we used egg and chick to explain some types of motion. So today we want to have it full, want to have the full game. Yes, I know you'll be excited to have your game completed today. So we are going to start from the beginning and we record it to the end. And this game will be adding uh variable. So we're talking about variable in this game. Now, what is variable? Variable is a storage location in the computer memory, a place that where you keep value. Now you keep values, you can keep numbers, you can keep text, and whenever you need them, you go back to take them. So they are just like a box. Many of you have toys, and you have different types of toys. Now, at home, you have different types of toys. Let's assume you have different boxes for different toys. Now, it's always good when you label your toy box so that you know that in this box I only have dolls. In this box I only have cars. In this box I have this particular thing. So it's always good when you label your variable. That is why we always give our variable a name so that it will be easy for you to know the location where you store that value. So whenever you need it, you just go back to the location and pick it. So today we'll be using score. Yes, because in this game, we want to have a score and want it saved so that I was able to score 100 when I played that game. I was able to score 50 when I played that game. Yes, and that's one of the things that makes a game very interesting. So let's go together. So let me share my screen with you. Now, because of some of you that might not know how to launch your Scratch, I will start. I will show you how to do that today. I believe in you. Yes, I know you will do great. Yes, yes, I believe in you. So let me share my screen. So now I've shared my screen. So for me to start my Scratch, if you have your icon on the desktop, you can just click on it. But for me, I don't have mine on the desktop, so I'll click on Start and I'll search. S- Once I type SC, can you see it has already brought it up for me? Then I'll click it. Now my Scratch is loading, so just be patient and let my Scratch load. Yeah. Okay, we are almost there. So we are talking about variable today. I've told you a variable is a storage location in the computer memory, a place where you keep value. Now we have our Scratch open already. So let's change our backdrop. So we'll go to the backdrop library. Click on it, you pick any backdrop you like. It's not necessary you pick my backdrop. You see, we have a lot of backdrops here, so you can choose any one that suits you. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm moving out so that you see that we have varieties. I would like to choose this. Okay, I want egg and chick that are playing under the tree. I don't need my cat sprite, so I need to delete it. Now, from our last class, where are we going to delete that? Very good. So we are going to click on the trash can here. Yes, to delete the sprites. Now we need to bring out the new sprites we want to use in the project. So we'll be needing two sprites. This is our sprite library. You click on it, and the first sprite we need is egg. Can you see egg? It has different costumes. So let's bring it out. Then we need chick. Now, if you don't want to use egg, you can use any other thing. If you don't want to use chick, you can use any other thing. So it's not necessary you use egg and chick. So be creative with your projects. Yeah. Be creative. Do it your own way. Yes, do it your own way. So now, whenever you want to start the game, just as I've said earlier on, that you always start from the event block. Now, now you have two sprites. So be mindful of which sprite you are writing on. So be conscious to click the sprite you want to code on. Now let's start with egg. So I'll click on my egg. Can you see that my egg is now selected? So now when flag click, what did I want? I want my egg. When I click the flag, I want it to leave this location and come to this edge. But first, the size of the egg is big, so I want to reduce it. Look at The size here is 100, so I want to reduce it to 70. Now I have a smaller egg. Now let's go to motion to see the current coordinates of the egg. The current coordinate of the egg is x55, y minus 8. So let's move it to where we want it to be. When you get it there, you see that the coordinate will change automatically on its own. Can you see it has changed? So you can just drag it out instead of trying to calculate yourself. You can just check it that way. Now, the next thing is once my egg moves to this place, okay, let me move it back to where we are coming from and test it. Can you see when flag click? It now the next thing is I want it to glide from this location to this location. Now let's look at glide. Glide 1 second, and it's showing the current location of the egg. So let me move it manually to where I want it to glide to and check the location on the glide again. Can you see that the location has changed? So good. I'll just bring it out now. Now let's test, but I don't want it to glide for 1 second. It will be too fast. So let me make it glide for 2 seconds. So it will be gliding for 2 seconds. Let's test it. Now you see it gliding, but it stopped. I want it to glide forever. I don't want it to stop. So all I need to do is to put a loop. Now the loop is a block of code that makes an action repeat itself depending on the amount of time you specify. I can say 10, repeat 5, but I want it to continue to do that forever. Yes, I don't want it to stop, except I stop it, except I put stop or game over. So let's go to control and bring out forever. So we put the 2 in forever block. So let's test it now. Wow, good. We have been able to achieve our aim. It's gliding forever. So let's stop it. Now let's code on our cheek. Now everybody click on your cheek. Good, excellent. Yes, I trust you. I know, I know you are doing great. Good. All right. Let's continue. So when flag click, where do I get that, everybody? Wonderful. Yes, event. Good. That's great. So I'll come to my event. Now, when flag click, what did I want? I want this cheek to move down to this location. But before we let it move, let's go to motion and see the current coordinate of the cheek. Can you see? Go to this, the current location of the cheek. Now, let's manually move it to where we want it to go and check. Can you see that the coordinate on the go to has changed? So let's bring it down here. Now let's take it back up. Let's click flag and see. Wow, it's doing what we want it to do. Let's stop it. Now, when it comes there, what's next? What did I want it to do next? I want it to jump up and down. Now, what will make it jump up? It should jump up whenever I click on my space bar. Yes, whenever I click on the space bar on my laptop, it should jump up and come back down. So then I'm going to give that order. I'll go to event again and bring out when space press. Now, when space press, what do you want? I want so now jumping up and down. It means I want to be changing the y coordinate. And I told you in the last class that when you are moving up, that means you are changing y by a positive number, and when you are coming back down, you are changing y by a negative number. So let me go to motion and bring change y by 10. Now, if you do not see, don't worry, just all you need to do is just to move down a little bit. Now, can you see change y by 10? So let's test it. Now, when flag click is in that location, when I click on space, can you see it moved up, but the movement is not so visible. So for me to be able to see it, because I explained last week that it moves in pixel now and it's a tiny dot. So for you to see the effect, let's repeat it 10 times. So let's go to control and repeat 10. So let me click it again. Can you see now that the movement is more obvious? Now, I want it to come down. So that means I have to repeat the same step, but using negative y now. So instead of going to write it again, I can just right click on the repeat and click on duplicate, bring it down. And all I need to do is to change this to -10. Good. Let's test it. Good. Wonderful. Now, the next thing is I want each time I jump successfully over the egg, I want to get a score. Yes, I said we are talking about variable. So, and I need a place to store my score. So that's why I need a variable. So we are going to make a variable called score, and this variable will be keeping our score for us. We'll be keeping our score there. So for us to achieve this, we'll go to the variable block category. Now everybody's come along with. Can you see my mouse? Good. Now click on variable and click on make a variable. So let's name the variable. Now I told you that it's always good when you give your variable a name. So I want to call my variable score. So I'll click OK. Now can you see that the score is showing up, but currently I have 0 score. Now let me stop the game anyway. So then I have to instruct the computer to be changing my score each time I jump successfully. And when I start the game, I don't want to even have 0. I don't want to have anything in my score. That's what I want. But if you want it to say, okay, you are currently on score 0, it's good. You can just leave it. So I will say, when flag click and you have gone to the location I want you to go, set my score. So can you bring up set variable? You click on the arrow here and change it to score. I want to set my score to empty, that you don't have any score currently. So I'll delete it. So now you see that in that I won't have any score. I won't have 0. I won't have anything in it. But most of the time people always set it to 0, but I don't want to have anything in high. So now each time I jump successfully over the egg, I want you to change my score by 1 now. So I'll bring change variable. I'll click on the arrow again to turn it to score, and that's changed by 1. Let's test it. You see that it's 0 at the initial stage. Each time I jump, my score is increasing. Good. Now, it's always good when you make your game interesting. Now, there are some things that makes a game interesting. Things like sound. When your game is embedded with sounds, different sounds for different reasons. So it makes you have an interesting game. So let's give a sound. Now, each time you click, you jump, the chick should make a sound. Chick, chick, chick. What do you think about that? Yes, I know you love it. So let's go and get the sound. Let's come to sound here and pick a cheap sound. So you come to the sound library. You can search for the sound rather than moving around. So I can just search for the sound. Okay, wow, good. Can you see my sound? Wow. Good. So let me click on it now. So I want that sound. All right, let's go back to our code. Then we'll move to the sound block category and we say play sound. So each time, let's test it. Wow. Wow. Good. Now, when this game would be so interesting if if you are not losing. So something must make you lose. So for us to achieve this, let's make a lose at the end game loop. So what will make the game end? So how will this game end? So it's becoming interesting that way. So let's make a logic, the end game logic. So let's say when flag click. So what is logic that will cause us to end this game? If this egg and chick touches each other, so when this chick touches the egg, the game should end. So that means you must be very smart. The chick and egg must not collide. All right, so let's go. So when flag click, you say, and that should be forever. It should occur forever. Anytime, forever, whenever it touches it, let it end. So let's go to control and bring out our forever, forever, forever what? if touching the egg. So where are we going to see if? Can you see in control if then? So you bring out if then and put it inside the forever block. And now forever if what? Yeah. If touching, yes. So where are we going to see touching? We go to sound. No, we go to sensing, sorry. Now everybody click on sensing. Can you see touching mouse pointer? But Mrs. Lawa, you said if touching egg, yes. We are going to use this. So can you see the arrow in front of it? Yes, this small arrow. Good. Click on it. And you see if touching egg. So if touching egg. So now we have N flag click forever if touching egg. So what should happen? It should say game over. If you like, I even make a sound. I will leave that to you as your assignment. You can go and make a sound and put it that if touching egg, make a sound, say game over and stop all. So let me see. Where am I going to see say in my looks? You go to looks and bring out say hello. In there, say hello, just change it to game over. I want to shout it and put an exclamation mark. Now for the exclamation mark, you hold down your shift and click one. So that's how I get my exclamation mark. So say game over and then stop all. So I'll see my stop all in events. You just move down, scroll down in your events blocker. Can you see stop all? And now let's test it. So let's stop it and test. Wow. Can you see? Because they collided and the game stopped. Now, another thing I think will make this game more interesting is we should have a sound playing continuously on the background. Now, so for us to do this, let's click on the backdrop. And in the backdrop, we say when flag click. Hmm? Just give us a sound forever. So we go to control and bring out our forever block. So which sound? Forever, what do you want me to do? I want you to play a sound. So then the question is which sound? So let me go to sound up here and go to the sound library to pick a sound. There are a lot of sounds. So you can move around and pick any sound you like. Now, but I want to use video game sound. So let me search for it. Can you see video game? You have two video games now. So you pick pick the one you like. So 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 I think I love this. Now I want the sound to play softly. I don't want it to be loud. So I just want it to play softly at the background. So here I'll come here and reduce I can reduce this sound so that it will only play very good. I'm okay with this sound now. Then let me go to my code. Now I've reduced the sound of the background music. So reduce the sound depending on how loud you want it to be. So now I've reduced so then all I need to do is just come back to my sound block category here. Good. This is my sound block category and bring out play video game sound till done. I've already reduced the size. So let's play the game and see. Hmm. Oh, shh. Oh. That's why I say you must be careful not to touch the egg. Wow. I know you love the game. You can play it faster. So good. At least we are good to go. We have been able to achieve what we want to achieve. So with this, we have come to the end of the egg and chick game. Now, before you go, now your creativity matters here. So I want you to play your game and think of what you can do to it to make it more interesting. Now, maybe you want to have it in different levels, or you want to add the another sound when the egg and the chick collide. So you can do that. But I'm not going to do that for you today. Yes, because I want to give you that as an assignment. So I want you to work on it, do something about it, and let me know in the comment section. If you have any question, you can send me a message and I will be glad to assist you if you need help in any way. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this with your friend. Let your friend code as well. And it will even help you to be able to collaborate with your friend. So when you share and you and your friend are learning the same thing, you can rub minds and work as a team to come out with something more beautiful. Thank you for always coming along. Thank you for learning. Our aim is to build future tech leaders. So we'll see you in our next video. Thank you. Bye. Bye.